Hello friends. So today we are starting our crash course for CSAT, looking at CSE 2024. So we are going to cover major topics that are asked in prelims from the perspective of this year's prelim. So we are going to be quick about it, and we are going to talk. We are going to cover major topics from quant and LR. So the most important topics, hands down, is going to be arithmetic for us, because at least 15-17 questions are directly asked and many more are indirectly asked. And if you include permutations and combinations, which essentially is about counting in this chapter, then the number is even higher. So the underlying point is, if you don't understand arithmetic well, it becomes very, very difficult to qualify in CSAT, because this forms the base of quantitative aptitude part of our syllabus. So please focus on this chapter more, and we are going to cover all the basic things which we have already learned in our school education time. But see, here in our longer 3-month batch, I have taught this chapter in way too much detail. So at least 7-8 lectures are spent on this, or each lecture is of 2.5 hours. But we don't have that kind of time for crash course. So I'm going to cover basic concepts quickly and solve some of the questions that are asked, that are repeatedly asked by UPSC, rather than going into details of any concept or solving all the PYQs. You, on the other hand, should attempt all the PYQs. And yes, all the detailed booklets, these are not detailed booklets, these are a shortened version of the booklets. All these detailed booklets are available on my Telegram channel, IFS CSE/IFS with Abhishek, and you can access all the booklets there. They have already been uploaded. All the PYQs that have been asked are incorporated topic wise in those booklets, so you are free to download them and use them. So let us begin. We don't have a lot of time. This is going to be a big lecture, so I will divide this lecture in 2 parts. Other lectures are comparatively smaller, which I think we will be able to do much more quickly. So basic is, what is number system and number line? We all know that number system is about, mathematics is about finding patterns and structures, regularity, and it is the language to represent our abstract thoughts. In that system, number system is also one of the languages of mathematics. We express number. It is mathematical notation for representing number of a given set using digits or other symbol. That is not important. This is just the background. But next thing, number line. We are also very familiar with this number line, where all the real numbers are represented in a linear fashion. There is 0 at the end. On the left hand side, we have negative numbers. On the right hand side, we have positive numbers, and 0 sits in the middle. And these represented integers like -9, -10, -8. These are all integers, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. These are also integers. And in between two integers, we have infinitely many rational and irrational numbers sitting there. We will understand what do they mean. And yes, next, after seeing what the number line is, it is just the linear representation of all the real numbers. Then what kinds of numbers are there on this number line? That is what we need to understand. It is about understanding terminologies, and these terminologies are important because questions are asked based on using these terminologies. And if a question uses different terms, then the answer changes. If question talks about integers, answer might be different. If the question talks about natural numbers, answer might be different. That is why it is important to be clear about what the question is exactly talking about. Is it talking about natural numbers? Is it talking about whole numbers or integers or rational numbers? What the question is talking about, these terms, they become important. See, firstly, the natural numbers, it is the way we count naturally, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. The discrete objects that we count naturally is what natural numbers are all about. So these are called natural numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to infinity. They go up to infinity. Is everyday counting. The mathematical definition is that the numbers which have successor and except one, everything has a predecessor. So these are out of them we are familiar with even numbers, odd numbers, even natural numbers, odd natural numbers. Even number matlab 2, 4, 6, 8, etc. Odd 1, 3, 5, 7, etc. Even, odd, and natural numbers, we are all familiar with them. Next is whole number. Whole number is basically because all natural numbers except one have predecessors. Predecessor matlab piche wala number, but one does not have it. So we add a 0 here and we call that whole number, as in system becomes whole. So set of whole numbers is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 natural numbers. If you add 0 to it, it becomes whole number. And even whole numbers are 0, then 2, 4, 6. Basically 0 is also an even number. That is something we need to take a note of. Fine. And odd numbers, they stay as it is because we have just added 0, it goes into even numbers. That is about natural and whole numbers. Then we come to integers. Integers are collection of whole numbers plus the negative values of the natural numbers. So negative numbers plus positive numbers, they together make up the integers. So if we talk about integers, it also includes negative number. That is something we need to take a note of. For example, why this is important? There was a question in CSE, 2 consecutive years it has been asked. In I think 2021 CSE, the question said, this question talked about triplets or pairs of natural numbers, 3 natural numbers whose product is same as their sum. Basically, if you do this 1 into 2 into 3, it becomes 6, and 1 plus 2 plus 3, it also becomes 6. Product of these numbers is same as sum of these numbers, and these all are natural numbers. Then 2021 talked about how many pairs. I think it was a statement saying that there is only one pair of natural numbers such that their sum is equal to their product. Some pair of three natural numbers such that their sum is equal to their products, and there is only one such pair. That was the question. Yes, there is. If you talk about natural numbers, it is absolutely true. But in 2022, the question was how many pair of integers are there such that their sum is equal to their product. So pair of 3, I mean triplets they were asking about. So if you take like 3 consecutive integers, we wanted their sum to be equal to their product. So if you add them, it becomes 3x, and if you multiply them, it becomes x into x minus 1, x plus 1. We wanted this equation to be satisfied. Now we can cancel x from both sides, but we have to remember that we can cancel only when x is non-zero, because cancellation is nothing but division. We cannot divide by 0. Cancellation is possible only if the numbers are non-zero. So we take 2 cases. One is x equal to 0, one is x non-zero, and if it is non-zero, we can cancel it. 3 is equal to x minus 1 into x plus 1, which is x square minus 1, and this is one pair, that is minus 1, 0, 1. Second pairs we can get from here, x square equal to 4, x is equal to plus or minus 2, and we'll get 1, 2, 3, and minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So in fact, there are 3 such pairs that satisfy this property, that 3 consecutive integers where product of them is equal to their sum. But if you talk about natural numbers, there is only one such pair. This was 2022 question. It was on the tougher side. I'm not expecting you guys to attempt this question because a lot of concepts are involved there. Even if you leave, that would be fine. But we have to remember that the question of natural numbers, answer was different. Question on integers, answer is different. There are 3 pairs of integers, but only one pair of natural numbers, which is this 1, 2, and 3. That satisfy this property, that sum of 3 consecutive integers or natural numbers is equal to their product. To satisfy this property, we have only one pair in natural but 3 pairs in integer. That is why these terms are important. Then rational and irrational numbers are also there. Rational numbers are nothing but fractions, and irrational numbers, we have not been introduced. We have not been asked by the UPSC about irrational numbers. But irrational numbers are those numbers which cannot be written as a ratio of 2 integers. That is what irrational number is. But let us look at it. Look at rational and irrational number a little bit later. Next important section we'll move to, from where questions are getting asked. We are focusing on very question centric approach here. I'm not teaching entire course here because that takes a lot of time. I have taken 8 lectures on this one topic, and if any one of you is interested in studying from the basics and you think that your GS is sorted and you need to qualify CSAT at any cost and you are basics are weak, then I implore you to get our recorded lecture course, which is available at our website levelupis.com, and from there you can uh, sign up for the recorded lecture series. It is entire 50-hour 50 lecture course. It is more than 110 hours, I think, and there you will get every chapter from very very basic to and you'll also get solution of all the PYQs. And if you are looking only for solutions of PYQs, we have done one YouTube lecture series on our channel, and wherein I have solved last 5 years of PYQs of all the major chapters. That also you can check out. Next is about place value system in place values in decimal system. So decimal system is what we use. We have symbols from 0 to 9, and to write next number we use 10, which we call as 10. So base 10 is what this system is all about. This is the system that we usually use. We are talking about that only. So here, whatever number we write, be it integer, be it fraction like this, be it a decimal number like this, every location of the digits have their place values. So if we talk about like this number 27, right? This is what we call as units place. This is what we call as tens place. If I add more number, this is what we call as hundreds place. This is what we call as thousands place, and so on. I hope you are all familiar with this. And place value of this 7 at units place is just 7. Place value of this 2 at tens place is just 2 into 10, which is 20. Place value of this 1 is 1 into 100, which is 100. Place value of this 4 is nothing but 4 into 1000, which is 4000. This is what we mean by place value. Every place has their value, and the digit that sits on that particular place takes the value of that digit into the value of place. So 4 into 1000, because this is the thousands place. And similarly, we can have numbers or digits after decimal points, like I'll write 3, 2, 1. So what is the place value of this 3? It is nothing but 3 into, this is 7 into 1. So this now is 3 into 1 by 10. This is 2 into 1 by 100. And this 1 is 1 into 1 by 1000. These are the place values. Here, this is the decimal point: ones place, tens place, hundreds place, thousands place, 10,000s place, 100,000 thousands place, and so on. Here, this is tenths. Tenths mean 1 by tenths place. This is 1 by 100, 1 by 1000, 1 by 10,000, 1 by 1 lakh, and so on. This is the fractional part. This is the integral part, right? This is what place value system is all about. This again number, if you consider, minus 0.57.3948. So this minus 57 is the integral part, and 0.3948 is a fractional part of this number. And there are very very simple but repeatedly asked questions on this chapter of place values, which we'll cover, and you'll get the idea that how to solve anything based on place values, and how to identify that you have to solve this question based on place values. That is, there are very very important and simple identifiers that you have to solve this by place value system. See, question, let us read the question. The difference between 2-digit number and the number obtained by interchanging the positions of the digits is 54. What we are talking about? We are talking about a 2-digit number, and what we are doing, we are interchanging the positions of the 2 digits, and then we are taking the difference. Now this is the identifier. We take a number, 2-digit number, 3-digit number, anything related, anything like that, and then we reverse it. And then some property is given, some equation based on that is given. So this is the identifier. Number, usko reverse kar do, and then some operation based on it. That is the identifier that you have to solve this by place value. And in any case, you don't know anything about this number. This 2-digit number is unknown to you. You have no information about this 2-digit number. So what is the natural thing we can do when we have unknowns? We write them as some unknowns, like let us take 2-digit numbers as xy. Right? You can write this number as xy. What would be the number after obtained after interchanging the positions of the digit? That would be yx. These x and y are some digits which are unknown to us. And what is given? They are saying that difference between them is 54. This is what is given to us. Now this might look dangerous, but if we simply expand this using our place values, it all becomes simple. Let me show you how. Let us take this 2-digit number xy. If I want to write this in terms of the place values, what will it be? This x is at 10's place, so its place value is 10 into x. This y is at units place, its place value is only y. Correct. Similarly, ulta number, the number which is obtained after interchanging the digits, what will it be? It is going to be 10y plus x. And the question says difference is 54. This minus this is 54. 10x minus x is 9x, and y minus 9, y minus 10y is minus 9y, and this we have been given as 54. See, and now we can divide the entire equation by 9, because this 54 is 9 6 are 54. And yes, please ensure that you know all the tables at least till 20, all the squares till 25, and all the squares till 30 rather, and all the cubes till 15. This is your homework. This is important because questions based on this have been asked, and calculations become much easier if you know this by, or you have mugged this up. There are very few things that you need to mug up, and I'm sure you must have mugged this up in your school days. That is again relevant for the CSAT paper. If we divide by 9, you simply get x minus y is equal to 6. This information is what we obtained from the question. X minus y is equal to 6, meaning these numbers are of the type like 9 and 3 and 3 6. If you take the difference, it will be 54, and so on. 6 9, sorry, rather. Number uska ulta, in dono ka difference is 54, and you can take any such numbers where difference between the digits are 6, and those numbers would agree with you. 3 9, or you can take 8 2 2 8. Difference would be 54, or 7 1 1 7, and so on. You can take these numbers. Fine. Now let us read the statements. This is what information we have from the question. Second statement, the difference between the two digits of the number can be determined. Definitely, this is what is difference between the two digits. X y we are assuming as two digits. Their difference is what we can determine based on the information. True. Second statement to true hai. Let us read the first statement. Sum of the two digits of the number can be determined only if the product of the two digits is known. Now the statement says sum of the digits need to be determined. So we want to determine x plus y. But we only know the difference. We want some other quantity, which is addition of these two. Addition of these two can only be determined if the digits can be determined. और जैसे कि हमने यहाँ पे लिखा था, there could be multiple possibilities. There could be 3993, there could be 8228, etc., etc. So we cannot determine based on only this information, क्योंकि वहाँ पे तो multiple possibilities थी. But what the statement says is can be determined only if the product is known. Product is known, मतलब x into y is equal to some value. If that value is known, then we can determine addition or not. Yes, true, definitely. But there is a cardinal rule in our linear equation chapter that needs to be used here, and it is that if we have two variables, then we need at least two independent equations to determine the values of those variables. Now those two independent equations can be anything. We are not putting any restrictions on those two independent equations. कौन से होने चाहिए? But we need two. If we have two independent equations, then we can definitely determine those two variables, and thus we can find the whatever operation you want. Like x plus y चाहिए तो x plus y दे देंगे, x और y पता है तो सब कुछ दे देंगे. एक्स क्यूब पता है चाहिए तो वो दे देंगे, एक्स क्यूब इंटू वाई, कुछ भी आपको जो भी क्वांटिटी पूछोगे दे देंगे अगर मुझे एक्स और वाई पता है. इफ यू नो एक्स एंड वाई then we can answer for any unknown, any quantity like this that you may want to answer, you may want to find. But to find out x and y, which is two variables, we need two equations. One equation is already there in the statement of the question. We need one more. So this product of the two is known. That gives us one more equation. That is okay. We can find the answer if product is known. But what about this word only? Only is not necessary. If what did I say? If you give me any two equations, that would be fine. One equation I already have. तो आई नीड वन मोर इक्वेशन, मुझे एक और इक्वेशन चाहिए, वो इक्वेशन चाहे कोई भी हो, दैट वुड बी फाइन. आई डोंट नीड ओनली द प्रोडक्ट वैल्यू ऑफ प्रोडक्ट वाला इक्वेशन, कोई भी इक्वेशन दे दो यार दूसरा, लाइक 4x plus y is equal to something 15. If you give me this equation, then also I'll be able to find x and y and answer for the x plus y. Isn't that correct? So any two equations are fine. You don't only need product of equations. So because of this word only, this statement 1 is wrong. And in any case, हमें GS से हमें पता है ना, we use this in paper 1 that if the only comes, then we have to be extra cautious. Only meaning extreme word, meaning extreme statement. So we have to be extra cautious to be correct. 98% of the times it will be wrong. So the same idea that because of that word only, the first statement becomes incorrect. Let us look at one more question. Again, very simple question. Same. Observe the question. Ratio of two-digit natural number to the number formed by reversing. So the two-digit natural number, reversing, and their ratio is given. Right? That is the identifier that you have to proceed by place values. That let us take two-digit number xy. Its reverse would be yx. xy is 10x plus y. Yx is 10y plus x. These are the place values. This is tens place. That is why 10 into y would be the place value. This is units place. So x only. Here x is tens place. 10x plus y, and so on. And this ratio is given as 4/7. Right? This is what the information in the statement in the question says. Now let us simplify. Let us cross multiply. 7 into 10x plus y is equal to 4 into 10y plus x. If you simplify, 7 into 10, 70, minus 4, which is 66x, is equal to 7y. This is 40. 40 minus 7 is 33y. Divide by 33, you will get 2x is equal to y. This is what we get from the question. And what do they say? The number of such pairs. Ab, we can just put different values of x and we get corresponding values of y for it. So for example, if you put x equal to x and y, x equal to 1, you will get y is equal to 2. X equal to 2, you will get y is equal to 4. X equal to 3, you will get y is equal to 6. 4, 8, 5, then it becomes 10. But these are digits. X and y are digits, so y cannot be 10. So how many pairs we have? 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 is the answer. Right? So this is what we have to do. When there is number, when there is interchanging, most of the times we have to proceed by this apna place value system. I hope that was clear and how to solve this type of questions. If there is any doubt, you can mention in the comment section, or we may have later a doubt session. You can join that as well, where you can ask all your doubts and I'll try to answer your doubts. Even in comment section, you are free to ask and I'll try to get back to you. Okay. I hope you are comfortable. I understand that for some of you this may feel like a bit fast. The pace might feel a bit quick, but because we have to cover a lot of ground and we have to face our prelims very quickly, I suggest for those who are facing some difficulty because of the pace of teaching, you can slow down the video or you can watch it multiple times. That is the purpose of putting it on YouTube. You may watch it as many times as you want. And if you still feel difficulty, as I said, you are free to take our full course, and where you can watch all the courses, all the lectures, or the lectures which you are weak at. There we have spent considerable amount of time in each of these sections. Next is mathematical operations. We all know from our school days there are few mathematical operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and then we have powers as well. So these 4-5 mathematical operations is what we need to get ourselves familiarized with. The definition and all are not important. What is important is some properties of this addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, and our ability to do them at a fairly quick pace. I hope most of you would be able to do that. As far as addition is concerned, I hope you know how to add two numbers. That you add units places, then you take carry forward, then add tens places, carry forward, etc. I hope you are familiar with that. I'm not going to teach that here. We have done that exercise in our classes, but here I'm not going to do that. Let me just go through the properties of addition. And if you look at it number line, if I'm the number line like this is 0, this is negative number, this is positive number. Addition means wherever you are at, let us say I'm at 1 and 1 plus 3, then I have to go 3 places to the your right, matlab 3 places to the right. So 1 plus 3 would be 4. If I am at here minus 5 plus 7, then I'll have to go 7 places to the right again. Basically, addition is about going to the right, subtraction is about going to the left. Same. Then properties, addition of two even numbers would be even number, right? Simple, because we are jumping by multiples of 2, so you will again end up on even number. Addition of two odd number is an even number. See, in CSE 2023, there was one question based on this concept, so that even number plus even number is equal to even number plus odd number is odd number, and odd number plus odd number is even number. If you know these three things, that question was solvable. So based on such basic concept, UPSC is asking questions. So it is not really difficult paper, but yes, you need to identify that this is something that you need to be using in that particular question. And I understand that there is a challenge in that. Anyway, and in these rules, if you ever get confused, just take examples, use two even numbers and see if the outcome is odd or even, and that should be it. Like अगर confuse हो गए कि दो even number की sum क्या होती है, तो ले लो 2 plus 4 6, it's an even number, so yeah, everything will be even. Even plus odd, take one even, take one odd. 2 plus 3 5, odd number. Two odd numbers, you can take 3 plus 5 8, yeah, so another even number. So that is something you need to remember. Based on these, only these three things, this question was asked in the CSE 2023. If you want to look at the solutions of CSE recent 5 years PYQs, then we have the YouTube series, YouTube PYQ series. You may want to check it out. I have explained all the PYQs of last 5 years there. Next, addition of two integers is always an integer. So if you are starting on one integer, maybe negative integer, maybe positive integer, and you are jumping by integral value, like addition of two integers matlab -5 plus like 8. So we are jumping by 1 2 3 4 8 na? So you will always land upon integers. Sum of two integers is going to be integer. Addition of two natural number is always a natural number. Natural numbers, I hope you remember 1 2 3 4. So if you are standing anywhere from 1 2 3 4, so from 3, let us say, you are going to the right na? So you'll again go to the natural number only. You cannot go to the negative numbers. Addition is associative and commutative. What do we mean by that? Associative matlab, if you are adding A plus B plus C, so if you are firstly adding B plus C and then A is being added, it is same as you add A plus B first and then add C. It doesn't matter in which order you are adding, that doesn't really matter. पहले B plus C करो, बाद में A add करो, या फिर पहले A plus B करो, बाद में C add करो, both are same. Commutativity means this: A plus B is equal to B plus. This is what we mean by commutativity. And I hope you are also familiar with this addition with decimals. And if not, please do few questions based on addition with fractions and decimals. It works very, very similarly like we do addition for integers or natural numbers. Subtraction, again, it's a reverse operation of addition. Nothing new to be taught here. Let us just see the properties. Subtraction of two even numbers is even number. Subtraction is jumping on the left side. So jumping by even numbers in the multiples of 2 would lead you to another even number. Negative numbers can also be even. Let us remember that 0, -2, -4, -6, all of them are even numbers. Subtraction of two odd numbers is going to be odd. Again, take example if you get confused. 5 minus 3, 2. Subtraction of odd and even is odd. Subtraction of two integers is always an integer. If you jump integrally on the left hand side, you land upon integer only. Subtraction of two natural numbers is not always a natural number, because see, if you are here and then you are traveling, jumping on the left side na, so you may land up this side. So natural numbers so yahi hai bas 1 to infinity. So if you take 2 minus 3, so you get 2 say 1, 2 and 3. So you will land up at minus 1. So which is a negative number, which is integer but not a natural number. So subtraction of two natural number may not be natural number. Fine. Next is subtraction with decimal, which is similar to addition, but there is one caveat, and lot of students make mistake here, and I don't want you guys to make a mistake. For example, if you are subtracting something like this, 27.573 minus 43.987. If you do like this, you will get a wrong answer. What you need to do, you need to forget about this negative negative number, subtract this smaller number from the larger number, ये subtract करो और जो भी आंसर आएगा उसको ultimately negative sign दो. That is something we have to do. Please don't directly subtract, you will get a wrong answer. इसका भी, if you are not sure, please practice a few questions. Even if you guys want, I'll give you a few questions. You attempt at your own and verify your answers using calculator. Calculator गलत जवाब नहीं देगा आपको. Just do few questions. Do these three questions. Verify your answer using calculator, because ये बहुत बेसिक चीज है, बहुत बेसिक चीज में मिस्टेक होती है. What I said, अगर ऐसा है कि आपको छोटे नंबर से बड़ा नंबर सब्ट्रैक्ट करना है, if you want to subtract a bigger number from the smaller number, forget about the negative side, just subtract smaller number from the bigger number and give a negative sign. बड़े नंबर से छोटा सब्ट्रैक्ट कर लो और फिर उसको नेगेटिव साइन दे दो. That is what you should do. Do not directly subtract like this. Fine. I hope that is correct. That is a very common mistake. Please don't make it. Next is multiplication. Again, we are all familiar with multiplication. Multiplication is nothing but repeated addition. So if we want to do 9 into 6, it is nothing but adding 9 6 times. 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9. It is repeated addition. एक ही नंबर को बार बार अपने साथ ऐड करते जाना is nothing but a multiplication. 9 into 6 or 9 times 6 मतलब adding 9 6 times or adding 6 9 times. It is same as repeated addition. Fine. Multiplication is used to simplify the task of repeated addition of the same number. मतलब 9 को 6 बार ऐड करना थोड़ा tedious हो जाता है. Instead, if you do 9 into 6, it is easier to write, and there are efficient methods to calculate that as well. अब again, I'll assume that you are familiar with multiplying two numbers. अगर नहीं हो तो हो जाओ. I hope you know how to multiply two numbers. Like if I do 22 into 47, I hope you know that you पहले 7 से multiply करना होता है, 7 to the 14 and all. And then if before multiplying by 4, you add 0 here, and then we multiplied by 4, and then you add like this. I hope you are familiar with this process. If not, I'm not going to teach it right now. Please take few questions and practice it. Practice 5 questions, and that should be enough. Fine. Any number multiplied by 1 is the number itself. मतलब 5 into 1 is 5. Any number multiplied by 0 is 0. Again, remember this basic rules, and then you will not get questions wrong. Number multiplied by 10, 100, 1000. I hope you are familiar with this as well. Any number, let us say 27 into 100. What will it be? It will be nothing but 27 followed by 2 zeros. If it is 1000, one more zero. 10,000, one more zero. Just add that many zeros at the end of the number if you want to multiply it by 10, 100, 1000, etc. Multiplying with negative numbers, again I hope you are familiar with this. Let us revise it quickly. Negative into positive number is a negative number, negative into negative number is a positive number. That is something we have to remember. For example, -2 into 2 is -4, and -2 into -2 is 4. And because of this, square of 2 is also 4, square of -2 is also 4. So square root of 4 is both +2 and -2 if you are talking about integers, right? Next, let us see some more properties of multiplication. Multiplication of two numbers, if one or both are even, is even number. So if you are multiplying two number or any one of them is even or both of them are even, then that will give you an even number. 2 into 3 is 6, even number. 2 into 19, 38, even number. So any multiple of 2, like for example 8 into 7, 56, even number. If we are multiplying two or more numbers, and even if any one of them is even, product or multiplication will be an even number. Multiplication of two odd numbers is an odd number. 5 into 7, 35. Example लेके देख सकते हो. You can take example to verify. Multiplication of two integers is always an integer. Again simple. Multiplication meaning repeated addition. We are adding integer repetitively. Integer, if addition is integer, multiplication is also an integer, because multiplication is nothing but repeated addition. Multiplication of two natural number is a natural number, because addition of two natural number is natural number. Multiplication is also associative and commutative like addition that we have seen. This is important, multiplication with decimal, and again I hope you are familiar with it from your school days. What we do is, if you want to multiply, for example 1.7 into 0.2, we forget that there are decimals. We multiply 17 2s are 34, and we count the digits after decimal 1, 2, and we give decimal at that position. Again, let us take few more examples. 0.23 into 0.02. We forget that there are decimals. 23 2s are 46, and 2 here after decimal, 2 here after decimal. So we have to give decimal point after 4 places. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have to give decimal here, and we get 2 zeros. That is how you multiply. I hope you guys are familiar. If not, get familiarized. I have told you how to multiply. Just get any few examples, right, and take few examples, solve yourself, and check using calculator. Here are few examples that I have given. Take 2, 1, so decimal point after 2. 31 2s are 62, only 1 after decimal, so 6.2. Then 2 into 0.31, 31 2s are 62 again, but 2 here, 0 here, so 2 points, 0.62. 2 into 3.1, again 1 here, so 6.2. That is how you multiply. This is the rule that I have explained it to you. If anyone has difficulty, you can refer to the rule. All the booklets are available on my Telegram channel, CSC IFoS with Abhishek. Next is division. Again, I'm sure you must have learned to divide two numbers in your school days. Here it is important again, because based on addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, there were at least 13 questions in CSE 2023. So these may seem to you that very obvious and easy concepts, but they are very, very relevant from examination point of view. And if you want to actually see that which questions were based on these concepts, I would again ask you to look at the PYQ series on our YouTube channel, and their arithmetic PYQs. You can see that how many questions on this are asked. It is inverse of multiplication operation. While dividing number, we break down the large number into smaller numbers. In multiplication, repeated addition. Division is repeated subtraction, or breaking down a larger number into smaller numbers. Now again, I hope you were familiar with this long division ka process. So if you want to divide any number, let us say 1, 2, 3, 4 by, let us say 7, what do we do? We look at this number 12, we divide by 7. 7 ones are 7, you get 5. You take 3 from here. 7 sevens are 49. Minus 49, you get 4 from here, subtraction, and then this 4 comes here. Then 7 6 are 42. You get 2 as remainder. Right? This is how we do. I hope you are familiar with this long division process. If not, again take few questions, solve on your own and check. And here, this 1, 2, 3, 4 is what we call as dividend. This is what we call as divisor. This is what we call as quotient. And this is what we call as remainder. Again, these are terminologies that you need to be familiar with. And this relationship between them is 1, 2, 3, 4 is equal to 7 into 176 plus 2. Dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. This is what we call as division algorithm. Any two numbers, when you divide one number by another number, that relationship can be written in this form. Dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. And here remainder has to be less than divisor. That is, this 2 has to be less than 7. If this 2 is not less than 7, then we can divide once more by 7 to get that remainder less than 7. Remainder is, if the remainder is 0, then we can say that this divisor is a factor of dividend, or the dividend is multiple of divisor. Both of them are equivalent statements. Divisibility मतलब क्या होता है? Remainder 0 होना. That is what divisibility means. Fine. What is the number divided by itself? If you divide any number by itself, then remainder is always 0. For example, 7 divided by 7. That is 7 ones are 7. Remainder is 0. What do we mean by remainder 0? That the number is factor. So every number is factor of itself, or every number is multiple of itself. Every number is divisible by itself. All are equivalent statements. Now dividing by 10, 100, 1000, it is again reverse operation of multiplication. If I take this 12 divided by 10, what do? We just, instead of this 10, we put decimal point, 1 decimal point here. 12 divided by 100, 2 zeros, so 2 decimal points. Decimal points here. 3 zeros, 12 divided by 1000, decimal point 1, 2, 3 here. 0.01. That is how we divide by 10, 100, 1000. We just, after that many digits from the right hand side, you put decimal points. What if it has already decimal points? You shift it to the left further, like 1, 2, 3. Here you will shift, and answer becomes 0.0012. Correct? No, I have put one extra 0. यहाँ से ये यहाँ पर. So dividing by 100, you have to shift it by 2 places, not 3. Dividing by 100 है ना, so you have to shift it here. That is how you divide. Dividing by 100, you shift decimal point to the left by 2. The multiplying, you shift it to the right. That is the process. 0 divided by any number is 0, but we cannot divide any number by 0. मतलब 0 कभी divisor नहीं हो सकता. 0 can be divided. So 0 divided by anything, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is equal to 0. But 1, 2, 3, 4 divided by 0 is not allowed. It is not a valid mathematical operation. We run into many mathematical inconsistencies. That is why this operation is undefined in mathematics. It is not infinity, because infinity is also not a number. It is a concept. And in general, or mathematically, this operation is not defined. Fine. So please don't divide by 0 anytime in your life. Next, rules for negative numbers are same as that of integers. For example, negative number divided by negative number is a positive number. Negative number divided by positive, or positive divided by negative, is a negative number, and so on. And further, again, I'm sure you know this, but if I write this 2/3 minus 2 divided by 3. It is same as 2 divided by minus 3. It is same as minus of 2 divided by 3. All these are equivalent. Then dividing with decimal points. This is also very important operation. Let me tell you how to do it. So what to do? You can do any of the two things. I will show you. 6.2 divided by, let us say, 2. One thing you can do, that is you can forget about decimal sign and you divide forgetting about the decimal sign. Decimal sign को छुपा दो, तो 62/2 31 हो जाएगा. And where to put now decimal sign? You put decimal sign at the place here. There is 1, so you put decimal sign here. But what if it is this, something like this, 0.02? If you have something like this, firstly you forget the decimal sign, you will get 31. And now what you do is number of decimal points here minus number of decimal point digits after decimal point here. मतलब यहाँ पे 2 है, 0 और 2 decimal के बाद, यहाँ पे 1 है. So 2 minus 1 is 1. So actually you put 1 0 rather than decimal point. If I have this 6.2 divided by or rather 0.62 divided by 0.2, तो क्या करना है? Firstly forgetting decimal point here, and now 2 here, 1 here. So 1 minus 2 is minus 1, so you can put decimal sign here. This is something you can do. Another way to do this is that 6.2 divided by 0.02. What you do is you multiply both numerator and denominator by some quantity to get rid of the decimal. Decimal को हटाने के लिए क्या करना होता है? 10 से मल्टीप्लाई करना होता है, 10, 100 वगैरह से. यहाँ पे आप 10 से मल्टीप्लाई करोगे न्यूमरेटर को. If you multiply the numerator by 10, the decimal goes here and vanishes. If you multiply this denominator by 100, it will vanish. So let us multiply both numerator and denominator by 100. You'll get rid of the denominator. You'll get rid of the decimal point. यहाँ पे क्या आ जाएगा? 100 से multiplication मतलब shifting the decimal to the right. यहाँ पे भी shifting the decimal to the right by 2, so you'll get 2. क्या आएगा? 310. Same answer same आएगा, and you'll be able to do like this as well. So that you can do for anything like 0.0062 divided by 0.02. So you have to multiply by 10,000 here in the numerator, you will get 62, and multiplying this by 10,000, 4 to the right, so you will get 2 and 0 0. So you will get 31 by 100, which is same as 0.31. That is what you will do. Or you can simply write 31. 2 minus 4, so minus 2, so decimal point at 2 places from the end to left. ठीक है. Again, this is about practice. You can practice using any of the methods, and I hope you will be able to do it. If you have any doubt, you can let me know. Now this again, let us do few questions. These were questions based on addition subtraction. That is why I have put it here. Let us see this. If ABC and DEF are both 3-digit numbers such that they are all distinct and non-zero digits, that is both important, distinct non-zero digits such that ABC plus DEF is 1111, then what is the value of this addition? That is what we want to find out. Now, you perhaps might feel that ज़्यादा information नहीं है statement में, question में, तो आगे बढ़ते हैं. But let us hold on. Let us write this ABCDEF in our usual addition format. तो मतलब ऐसे लिखते हैं ना, ABC plus DEF is equal to 1 1 1 1. What we are given is that these are non-zero and distinct. अलग अलग है और zero नहीं है इनमें से कोई. अब what if you remember how we add units places C plus F, तो 1 आ रहा है. How can this 1 come? This 1 can come from 1 or 11. अगर 11 आ रहा है तो कैरी फॉरवर्ड होगा वगैरह. कैन दिस 1 कम फ्रॉम 1? वो कब आएगा? 0 + 1 या 1 + 0 से ही आता है 1, बट वी आर गिवन दैट दीज आर नॉन जीरो, so this c plus f is equal to 1, this must come from 11, तो c plus f 11 ही होना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि ये डिस्टिंक्ट नॉन जीरो है और दोनों में से एक भी जीरो नहीं है, तो 0 + 1 या 1 + 0 हो ही नहीं सकता, इसलिए c plus f 11 होना चाहिए। 11 होगा तो यहां पे एक कैरी फॉरवर्ड जाएगा। अब क्या होगा? अगेन b + e + 1 मिलके 11 का 1 बना रहे या फिर 1 बना रहे? 1 कब बनेगा? दोनों जीरो होंगे तभी बनेगा, वो तो हो नहीं सकता, बिकॉज b एंड e आर नॉन जीरो, so this b plus e plus 1 must become 11, so b plus e must be 10, b plus e must be 10, then only we can have b plus e 10 plus 1 is 11 here, and then carry forward again 11 ka 1. Similarly a plus d plus 1, it needs to be 11 here, so a plus d is equal to 10. Now if you see, if you add all the things on left hand side, you add on the right hand side, you what will get? A plus b plus c plus d plus e plus f is equal to 31. Simply add करोगे तो यही आ जाएगा, यही पूछा है. So this question that was from CSE 2023 was based on addition. It was not a difficult question, it was based on simple addition. If you just write it down in right format, you could have simply answered this. Next, ये थोड़ा difficult question है. This is something I have put purposely here. I'm not going to solve it here because it takes a bit time. But see, I want to tell you that this question is not difficult, but it is a lengthy question. It will eat up your time. This is something you need to avoid. One of the identifiers, it may not always work, is that you can start attempting the question, then only you will know. Statements, firstly there are two statements, so we have to answer two different questions, so it may take a longer time. Secondly, it asks about number of possible values, so there is no unique answer, there are different possibilities that you have to manually count. That again shows you that this question may take extra time, and that is why you needed to leave it alone or attempt it at the end at least. This was the identifier. This is why I have put this question here. Next question. Each digit of this 9-digit number is 1. Basically, what are they saying? This is the number and multiplied by itself, meaning they are squaring this number. Question is, what is the sum of the digits of the resulting number? Now see, again take it as a rule from me that whenever you find a question which you feel that it is impossible to solve manually in examination hall or in classrooms, then most of the times there will be some pattern forming. There are umpteen number of questions in this year's paper which formed certain patterns, and if you only identify the pattern, the question could have been solved within seconds. For example, in this question, nobody is expecting you to really multiply this number with itself. Nobody is asking you to square this number. But if you just pause for a minute and identify that कि ये यार क्लास इसमें एग्जाम में खुद सॉल्व करना लंबा बहुत टाइम कंज्यूमिंग है, there must be some pattern forming and let me identify the pattern. So let us take one time. यहाँ पे 9 टाइम बोला है ना, 1 टाइम से स्टार्ट करते हैं. 1 square is 1. How about 11 square? It is 121. Next, 1 square you just have to do 111 square and you will get 1 2 3 2 1. Did you see the pattern? 3 तक जाना फिर नीचे आना, तो इसका स्क्वायर क्या होगा? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, then 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1. This is the square of this number. You can verify on calculator, you can verify by solving anything you want, you can do, but this is the square. अब बस गिनो. Now just find the sum of the digits, add करो सारे digits को and you will get the answer. है ना? You can manually add or addition में भी use कर सकते हो. Yeah, that you are adding 1 to 8 ना, so that will be 8 into 9 by 2. If you know this, 1 plus 2 plus 2n is equal to n into n plus 1 by 2. तो 8 तक ऐड कर रहा हूं तो 8 into 9 by 2, और वो 2 बार कर रहा हूं, 1 to 8 यहाँ पे भी है, and plus this 9. So you will get 9 into 8 72 plus 9 you will get 81 as the answer. Fine. अगर ये नहीं करना है, ये नहीं याद आ रहा है, तो मैन्युअली ऐड करोगे, then also you will get answer. And this is absolutely doable in 1.5 2 minutes maximum, and get those 2.5 marks. This question, sum of all the digits which appear in the integers. Again CSE 2023 का है. Digits क्या होते हैं? Single digits होते हैं ना, 10 11 12, यहाँ पे 20 होगा, यहाँ पे 30 होगा, and we have to do till 100. यहाँ पे 21 होगा, यहाँ पे 91 होगा. ये सब में जो भी digits आ रहे हैं, whatever digits that are appearing here, we have to sum all of them. क्वेश्चन को समझो क्या पूछ रहा है, डिजिट्स का सम करना है. तो जीरो तो आ रहा है कि यहाँ पे, ठीक है, बट जीरो डजंट ऐड एनीथिंग टू सम. जीरो प्लस एनीथिंग इज दैट नंबर इटसेल्फ. तो जीरो इज इररिलेवेंट. नाउ वी जस्ट हैव टू काउंट. एक कितनी बार आ रहा है, दो कितनी बार आ रहा है, तीन कितनी बार आ रहा है, एंड सो ऑन. इफ यू सी, वन कम्स 9 times here, 9 times here, 18 times, plus 19 times here, plus 1 time here. 1 comes 20 times, once in 100, plus 19 times, 1 comes 20 times. 2 comes 9 times here, 9 times here, and this is 1. 18 plus 1, 19 times. 3 comes 19 times, 4 comes 19 times, and 9 comes 19 times. Because everything is same, only यहाँ पे 100 है, इसलिए एक एक्स्ट्रा बार आ रहा है. So what will it be? सम करना है प्लस. Just have to add. तो क्या होगा? 1 into 20 plus 2 into 19 plus 3 into 19 up to 9 into 19. ये सम करना है आपको. 1 को भी एक को अलग लोगे आप, प्लस 1 into 19 लोगे, and 19 you can take then common. 19 into 1 plus 2 plus up to 9. So 1 plus 19 into, this is what, 9 into 8 by 2. Again n into n plus 1 by 2. And this is simply solvable, and you will get the answer. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन देखो. दिस, ये क्वेश्चन यहां पे डालने का पर्पज है. दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम दे हैव गिवन. सो डू दिस. 3p, 4p, tp and pp, and you will get, you are getting RQ2. क्वेश्चन क्या बोल रहा है? What is the arithmetic mean of all the possible sums? So basically you have to understand there might be more than one possible sums. वो तो पहले आइडेंटिफाई करना होगा कि यार अगर ऐसा क्वेश्चन है तो मतलब एटलीस्ट दो सम्स पूछ रहा है यूपीएससी. दैट इज द थिंग. तो p प्लस p प्लस p प्लस p 2 आ रहा है एंड में, तो वो 4 बार p को ऐड करने पे, 4 बार p को ऐड करना मतलब क्या? p इंटू 4, समथिंग इंटू 4, एट द एंड 2 दे रहा है. वो कब होता है? 1 इंटू 4 4 देता है, नहीं. 2 इंटू 4 8 देता है, नहीं. 3 इंटू 4 12, यस. तो 3 कैन बी वन ऑफ द p's. तो p, put p is equal to 3, find one sum. 4 into 4 16, no. 5 into 4, no. 6 into 4, no. 7 into 4, no. 8 into 4 32, yes. Put p is equal to 8, that is your second possible sum. Add those two, divide by 2, that is your arithmetic mean. As simple as that. Next, how many zeros are at the end of this? Zeros at the end क्या होता है? Zero क्या होता है? 2 into 5 is 10. 10 मतलब zero होता है ना. Zero only comes from 10. 100 से 2 जीरो आते हैं, 1000 से 3 जीरो आते हैं, 20 30 जो भी हो, 10 is factor of those numbers. That is why there is zero there. So we just have to count how many times 10 appears here. And 10 क्या है? 10 is 2 into 5. So how many times 2 appears? How many times 5 appears? That is what we have to count. 5 appears. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. 12 times 5 appears, right? Here in 50 and 25 it appears twice, because 25 is 5 into 5. 50 is 25 into 2, मतलब 5 into 5 into 2. That is why वहां पे दो बार गिनना है. And how many times 2 appears? That is what we have to count. 1, then यहाँ पे 2 times, यहाँ पे 1, यहाँ पे 3 times, because 8 is appearing here. 2 8 is factor of 14 ना, तो 8 is 2 into 2 into 2. Then 1, and here 2. Count. 3 plus 3 6 plus 4 10. 2 is appearing 10 times. So only when you combine 5 and 10 you will get 10, and that is the 0. So only 10 बार 0 आएगा ना, क्योंकि 2 ही 10 है. Whatever the lesser quantity, that will come. I understand that I am going bit quickly here. If you want a detailed explanation, you can refer to the PYQ discussion videos, or you can join the course. Now this is the question, ABC into DEAD is equal to ABC ABC. क्या करना है यहाँ पे ऑप्शन डाल के देख लो. That is the most simple thing you can do and solve this question, right? That is why I have put it. You use options if directly available. And this question has been repeated in CSE 2023 in other format, but that is a very very simple question. Is multiple of an integer integer into integer always an integer, right? Fraction of integer and integer not necessarily, because divisibility हो ही ऐसी बात नहीं है. 2 divided by 3 is not an integer, right? Addition, multiplication, subtraction, division. इसमें addition of 2 integer will be integer, multiplication of 2 integer will be integer, subtraction yes integer because you are just jumping by integer. Finally division of 2 integers and integer no, right? That is it. So this is where I'll stop for today, and we'll begin in the next lecture from exponents. Do let me know how you feel about this initiative, and if you want me to continue, you can ask your doubts. And please do not ignore CSAT. It is very important, and I have seen countless students miss out on writing mains because they neglected their CSAT preparation. And if you go by the trend, I don't think UPSC is going to soften their stand on CSAT and give you a very easy paper. So please do not neglect it. Focus on CSAT. Daily do CSAT. If you are comfortable in GS by now, please give more time for CSAT and ensure that you don't fail in this paper. And I hope this initiative helps you guys. And if you have any suggestions, you may drop them in the comment section, and I would try to incorporate those into further lectures. Thank you.